Hello there everybody, this is Tony, also known as TTBurger88, and welcome to my next TTBurger game review. Last time, I reviewed Aquanaut's Holiday, a game that I gave a 0.5 out of 10 because it is so boring that it can literally put anyone to sleep. Today, however, I'm going to be looking at a game that in my opinion is really good, but is very underrated to the point where very few people remember it. That game is Sky Odyssey on the PlayStation 2. Which was developed by Cross and published by Activision in North America and published by Sony Computer Entertainment in Europe and Japan. The story of Sky Odyssey stars you as an adventurer who is in search of the lost Tower of Maximus on Destin Island, which is said to lie sleeping, but no one has seen it with their own eyes or returned alive. The way to get to Maximus is searching for pieces of the lost map hidden in ruins on Arcadia Island, Blanc Island, and Corinth Island. And that's basically the story. It isn't very deep, but in a game like this, it's something that you can definitely overlook. I give it a 10 out of 10. The graphics in Sky Odyssey look great, and while they are nothing special nowadays, back in the day, this was one of the best looking games on the PlayStation 2 and one of the best looking launch titles. The plane models look nice and the backgrounds do look great, but the draw distance can be better. The CG cutscenes look great and animate really well. In fact, the only problem I have with the graphics are the minor slowdowns in the game, but they are so rare that you won't even notice. So the graphics overall get a 10 out of 10. The sound in Sky Odyssey is the most interesting part of the game. The music is the best part, with orchestral tunes that fit the game really well. The voice acting is okay for a launch title, but for the most part it could be better. The only voice acting I can mainly talk about is the narrator, who gives you briefings before each mission and gives you backgrounds on the missions and such as well.
This area is composed of 4 islands. Rough, unpredictable weather has hampered the establishment of commercial and passenger routes. Because of the wild weather patterns, the islands are relatively unexplored. Many areas are so remote that they remain completely untouched. Explorers and adventurers from all over the world come here to conquer this unknown wilderness, but all have failed. Somewhere on Destin Island, the lost Tower of Maximus is said to lie sleeping, although no one has seen it with their own eyes. Legend has it, on some islands there are pieces of a lost map hidden in ruins, which show the way to Maximus. Daring explorers must search for these map pieces, believing in their skills, their machines, themselves, and above all, luck. They scour the islands in pursuit of their dreams. They all come in search of the lost Tower of Maximus, from where no one has returned alive. Your mission: safely navigate the ravine near the eastern shore of Arcadia Island and land in the clearing. The weather is clear, with some cloud cover over the ocean. Fly northwest, towards the ocean. Once you see the ocean, change course and fly due north. Be careful of sudden gusts and air pockets. When you reach the shore of Arcadia Island, fly into the ravine. Fly through the ravine to avoid strong gusts of wind, but be careful to avoid rock slides inside the ravine. Follow the arrow on your radar screen to the clearing. Once you reach the clearing, there will be an airstrip. Land here to complete your mission.
Those of you who played games like Castlevania Symphony of the Night will recognize the narrator's voice because he is Robert Belgrade, the voice actor of Alucard, and in my opinion, he does a good job for the most part, but there are times where he sounds like he is dead reading his lines. But for the most part, he does a good job. So the sound gets a 10 out of 10. The gameplay of Sky Odyssey is the best part. You have 4 modes to choose from. You have Adventure Mode, which is the main mode. You have Target Mode, where in this mode, you have 2 sets of certain numbered targets in each stage, a red set and a blue set. And you must pass through all of every red targets or every blue targets and land at that colored runway of the targets you pass through. You have Sky Canvas Mode, where you draw designs in the sky by releasing smoke by pressing the circle button. The designs range from an equilateral triangle, a diamond, an infinity symbol, and more. When you start the game, you have 3 aircrafts to choose from. But in this review, I will be using the default plane, the Swordfish Mark I Custom, because it's my favorite aircraft and it's the well-balanced aircraft. In Adventure Mode, there are 16 missions, most of which have consist of flying to a destination and landing at the airstrip. There are also other types of missions, such as landing on an aircraft carrier, rescuing a balloon that is sending out an SOS signal, and of course, recovering pieces of the lost map that lead to the Lost Tower of Maximus. During Adventure Mode, you have checkpoint rings that are located in each stage that improve your score. There are two types of checkpoint rings, which are white and yellow, but the difference between them both is that the yellow rings will display the name of the location you are at. You can also earn points by performing rolls, loops, low altitude flights, and such, and they are called acrobatic points, and these points improve your evaluation at mission end. The controls in Sky Odyssey do take a little time to get used to, but after you get used to them, they are excellent. The square button increases the throttle on the plane, while the X button lowers the throttle. The triangle button lowers your landing gear, and the circle button is the action button. You can use the L1 and R1 buttons to allow you to run or left and right, and push them together activates the air brakes. The L2 button shows or hides your radar, and the R2 button shows or hides your instrumentation. You have 4 islands to choose from in Adventure Mode that you explore. You have Arcadia Island, which is a temperate climate island that has an underground cave with an extremely active geyser. You have Blanc Island, which is bitterly cold and the peak is covered in snow year-round and has a rough rocky area and a dense forest. You have Corinth Island, which is the humid and subtropical island that has rivers, streams, and waterfalls. And finally, you have Destin Island, which is always shrouded in clouds, and this is where the Lost Tower of Maximus is located. It has huge falls and a rocky gorge and an active volcano. After you complete a mission, you are given a grade of A+, A, B, C, or D. The ratings vary based on how many acrobatic points you have earned, how many checkpoint rings you passed, and how fast you beat the level. If you get a grade of B or higher, you can unlock a part for your plane along other things. So all in all, the gameplay is excellent, and a lot of fun with tons of replay value that will want to keep you going back and playing the missions over and over. I give the gameplay a 10 out of 10. So in conclusion, Sky Odyssey is definitely a must-buy for the PlayStation 2, especially those who are into flight simulators. I give Sky Odyssey a perfect 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. This is TTBurger 88. Peace and out, and have a great day.